So we'll take out those that are going to do virtual, and everybody that's in person, we will divide you into equal fifths. And we will tell this group, you're a Monday. This group, you're a Tuesday. This group, you're a Wednesday. This group, you're Thursday. This group, you're Friday. We will do that by households, and we will do that by neighborhoods. The reason being is we had this idea on the front end that was important because kids go outside and play. That they're going to be interacting, and we've got to keep those interactions as minimal as possible within our school system, and we need to mimic that from the neighborhood standpoint. And so, interesting with that, when I was talking to the First Area Health Department, telling them that this is our plan, they said that's excellent, because they named something that was going on in a neighborhood in Oldham County where there's a huge outbreak, and they think it's from the kids going out and playing and spreading it. And so, yes, that way you can contain that if that does happen. So we will tell you, based on what's chosen randomly by the computer, because our Infinite Campus can do this, that you don't come on Monday, or you don't come on Tuesday, you don't come on Wednesday, you don't come on Thursday, you don't come on Friday. I understand, and I'm going to jump around some bullet points here, I understand that could cause some child care issues, and we were asking that question in the survey, but that's the least invasive one that we've seen, but we guarantee you you're here 80%. And if you think about the math of that, if nobody chooses online learning, which I don't think is realistic, but if nobody chooses that, we can get down to 80% that way, population density in our buildings, and we'll see you 4 out of 5 days, so we'll see you 80% of the time. And so with that, there'll be questions around that. So if we're out a random Monday, then that's just, you're a Monday kid and you go on. But we want to maximize that learning as much as possible in person, and this is the plan that we feel like does that the best. I think for families, it's easier to plan. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's easier to plan if I know it's always a Tuesday for the next 160 instructional days. With that, a lot of the AV plans are, you're looking at that, you're there 50% of the day or the week, or 60% or 40% depending on the AV. So we feel like this is the best plan. We're working, and this is not in the bullet point, but we're working to try to help ensure we have internet access for all children. But if I'm a 4th through 12th grade student and I don't have the internet at home, my teacher's already doing online lessons for students that are staying at home. And so if I'm sitting here on Monday in math class and I don't have internet access, my teacher just needs to remind me, Donald, you need to download your lessons, so the video of them teaching the concept. I can download that to my computer. I take it home with me. I don't have internet access. I can watch that because it's on my hard drive. I can do my assignment, and when I come back, I miss Tuesday, but when I come back Wednesday, I can upload the assignment. So from some equity standpoints, we feel like that's as quickly as we can address those things, and that's only 1 day a week for every child. Anticipate highly we'll be on the hybrid system. However, if lots of students choose or families choose online learning, it might not happen. So, but I would tell everybody to plan, it'll be 1 day a week. At the health and logistic plan, and I would like to say this, I hope you understand there's no way we can hit everything in the amount of time we need to do this. So we're going to release a plan in a second, but I'm trying to hit the highlights of this. Masks are required. Like I said, similar to shirts and shoes. We've got to keep saying this, and I think we're really good at teaching procedures in schools, but we have to teach the new procedure. When you move, you mask. And that goes for the teacher too. Proximity is a big part of the classroom and teaching and being around children and checking on, making sure they're working through the problems and not struggling and not asking questions. So if they're moving, they're masking. We had a question earlier today about if the kid backs up his chair, to get up from the desk, and that 6-foot circle gets down, what are we going to do? And I was like, well, that's a movement. So if you're moving, you're masking. We just got to get that in everybody's head. Throwing trash away, sharpening a pencil, going to the bathroom, I'm moving, I'm putting my mask on. If I'm here stationary, I should be, I will be good based on what we continue to hear from the health professionals. We took the district facility plan, which is we just updated this past school year, where the architects and engineers measure the square footage of every classroom in our building, every area in our building, every closet in our building. We know the square footage of it. We've analyzed each classroom for what the usable space is. So from that standpoint, when you think about usable space, if there is a bookshelf that's movable, that doesn't always have to be there, so we can maybe increase that. If I've got a science table that might not be usable for seating. And so from that standpoint, we looked at what percentage, so we measured that stuff to figure out what's the percentage of the room can be used for seating. And then we calculated that percentage of, that square footage percentage from a teaching and learning standpoint. And then the Kentucky Department of Education has provided an Excel document for us to plug the dimensions of the classroom into, say what percentage is usable and what's not usable, and then it will tell us the number of 6-foot circles that we can use to social distance for every human in that classroom. And so we've done that through every building in the district except for the Innovation Hub. For furniture, we're moving that in right now, so we've got to look at the furniture when we do that, how can we arrange that. We're going to have to go in and build model classrooms for teachers to see. This is how we can fit this many students in this classroom. But we're also going to use, we're also going to post that outside of every room, every area of this is the maximum number of people in this area where we can safely social distance each other from 6 foot. So that our students, if they want to, that's optional, take their mask down while they're learning. Doesn't mean they have to, but I think we're going to have children that need to do that throughout the day. We want that to be as normal as possible, provided we're in a global pandemic.